Welcome back to the Play Lorcana podcast. As you may know, Disney Lorcana's upcoming set Winterspell releases this week, has pre-released on February 13th of this week, and will be available everywhere that Disney Lorcana is sold on February 20th.
With a new set comes new mechanics, keywords, and more. Today, we're going to tell you all about the top things that you need to know before this new set release.
For the longest time, going second in Disney Lorcana was really looked at as a disadvantage. Well, Ravensburger is changing that perception quite a bit with Winterspell, introducing underdog classification. If you're going second, cards with underdog can be played with 1 ink less, letting you play a 2-cost character on turn 1. It's a subtle but meaningful way to help smooth early tempo and reduce snowballing from the opening die roll. With at least 1 underdog card available for each ink color, this looks to be a must-add into decks as we enter a new meta with Winterspell.
Whispers in the Well introduced the boost mechanic to Disney Lorcana. It gives Glimmers some extra oomph by allowing you to pay anywhere from 1 to 3 ink in order to put the top card of your deck under the boosted card to activate those bonus abilities. With Winterspell, we see a lot of characters supporting boost in addition to locations that reward scaling power. This will turn temporary advantages into long game pressure. Expect to see tighter synergies and more snowballing effects as the game unfolds.
Locations are seemingly back in a big way with Winterspell. After taking a couple sets off from the meta, Winterspell brings us some new locations that have some big advantageous scenarios. Take Game Preserve, for example, that has the ability to become an evasive location when an evasive character is there.
Aggro is very much back on the menu with Winterspell, with a storm of low-cost cards enabling faster archetypes, especially the dog decks, to pull even further ahead. One of the most talked about new cards is Grandmother Willow. Let's go over her. When she's in play, the next character that you play costs 1 less. And for any future turns, the first character you play each turn also will have a cost reduction of 1 ink. Now here's the thing, sequencing matters. If you play a character for free on your turn first, like Pudge, you will not get the discount later. However, if you have 2 copies of Grandmother Willow, their abilities do stack. So the first character you play would have a discount of 2 ink. And additionally, you do get that discount if you're paying for characters entering from other zones, like Lilo Escape Artist. If you play Grandmother Willow correctly, she'll enable explosive turns and intentional plays.
Speaking of meta decks getting even stronger, let's not forget about Sapphire. Sapphire introduces the new Moana legendary card that lets you ink cards from your discard. That's right, I said from your discard. Crazy. I may be heading back to Blurple this set. We'll see. I do still like Blue Steel, by the way. And Sapphire is not alone. Cards like Lilo Rockstar, Anna Soothing Sister, and even Chernabog Unnatural Forces let you interact with your discard pile in a whole new way, turning it from a resource you lose until one you actively plan around. Expect discard-based value engines to be a real part of the deck building conversation moving forward.
There are so many great ways to play with Winterspell, outlining everything that we've mentioned here, along with the new franchises entering the Great Illuminary, like Pocahontas, Fox and the Hound, and Darkwing Duck. There's something for everyone with Winterspell. Now, we thought it would be fun to put together 60 card decks with our Winterspell boxes to get a taste of the new cards, staying true to traditional Lorcana rules by only using 2 color combinations of ink.
Now let's take a quick look at the decks we put together from the booster boxes of Winterspell that we opened previously in our videos. Let's take them for a test drive and get right into some gameplay as we go head to head with these great decks we put together, or so we think they're great. We'll find out. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the decks we put together. And let's watch a game of Disney Lorcana, including all cards from their newest set, Winterspell.
I opened some really awesome Amber rares like Ohana Means Family and Stitch, Carefree Snowboarder. So that really pushed me to play with Amber, and I found that Amethyst has some ways to bounce characters as well as some underdogs and moving damage that just felt like it worked right. So starting off, I've got all of my 1-drop characters over here, running as many as I could. Basically, we've got Lilo to combo with Pudge. And then looking at the 2-drop characters, most importantly, I've got John Smith and Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas that will help me play characters cheaper and get more lore. And Percy as well is a big one. Quests for 3 lore can't challenge, but my whole idea with this deck is to dump out as many low cost characters as possible and win before my opponent can get ahead. To go with that, I'm playing John Smith's Compass, where as long as I'm not challenging, I'm going to get additional cards off my deck and maybe even have Pocahontas get 1 additional lore in order to win the game. So I'm going with lots of Lilo and Stitch cards, lots of Frozen cards. In my 4-drops, I've got some Tiggers to do that bouncing, as well as bodyguards for David and Chief. And then I do really love this uncommon Wisdom of the Willow. For the rest of this turn, whenever one of your characters quests, you may draw a card. So in case the game does start to go long as I'm just dumping all of these cheap characters into play, then I should be able to draw at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 cards. And then my top end of the deck only has 6 cards in it. Again, Stitch and Anna, along with a couple of powerful 2 quester cards that give me advantages, and some of the new cost reduction cards that care if I have multiple characters in play or exerted characters, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing, questing to win this game.
All right, so here's a little bit of an overview of what I do in my deck. We'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see a little bit. I like to lean heavy into the 1-drops, the 2-drops. Now you'll also see I really am going to utilize these underdog features. I always lose the die roll, so I like having that underdog feature. Going to get some high questers in early, hopefully with Miko. And we do have some Fox in the Hand synergy throughout this deck as well. So we have Copper, Todd in here too on the 1-drops that hopefully we could shift with later with Todd. Now over in our 3-drops, there is some great locations in Winterspell, especially for limited. Let's take a look at Game Preserve real quick. One of my favorite cards of the new set, while there's a character with evasive here, this location gains evasive. So only characters with evasive can challenge the location, and it does have 2 lore attached to it. Going over to our 3-drops, we do have that Rush Darkwing Duck. We also have Aladdin over here, who can, when you play an action, gains evasive too. And one card I really would like to see pop off on this is Genie. With boost 1, the character gets +1 lore for each card under him. Hopefully we'll utilize that. And now once we hit our 4-drop characters, that's where we're really gonna get our strength, power to hopefully, get some other characters off the board. With Yao, during opponent's turn, he does have resist +2. Big Mama with Ward as well. Now moving over to our 5-drops, we do have the legendary Anna, who hopefully we could shift. With hopefully we could shift our 2-drop Anna. And because there's a lot of discard synergy too, so let's look at Anna real quick. Whenever this character quests, you may gain lore equal to the lore of a character card in your discard, if you do put that card on the bottom of your deck. And also, if a card left the player's discard this turn, this card gains shift 0, which is pretty big. Wanted some big characters with the Rush in here, so we gotta go to Terran. 5/5, 5 cost on Ink Ball. With Rush, when you play this character, put up the 2 cards from chosen player's discard on the bottom of their deck in any order. Then some cards who might not get to see play here, but not bad to have some of the bigger bodies in here also. Just a couple, not too many. Lumpy is 6/5 with evasive quest for 2. Mickey Mouse Snowboard Ace. I love this card. When he plays character and when he leaves play, and each opponent chooses and discards a card. And like we said earlier, if we could shift that Todd, we will. You shift 5 twice during your turn. Whenever this character is chosen for an action or item's ability, you may ready him, so he could be huge. But let's get into some gameplay and let's see how this deck fares. Let's see how our decks fare.
Yes.
Shall we roll to see that you go first again?
Oh, you might go first. You never know. Yeah, we
I'll
should.
do 2 die, high roll.
Yes.
8. Wow.
4.
There it is, 1 and 142.
I knew you'd get it sometime.
All right.
That means it's my chance to get the victory here.
That is true. So first decks with full out Winterspell. So we built these decks completely from our booster boxes, and now we're going to see how they fare.
And we did keep the regular ink restrictions, regular 60 card deck, 2 colors of ink only. And again, these are only cards from Winterspell, so you can really get a good look at some of the new cards.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm not excited about my hand, that's for sure. Um, Man, I hate when you got to put back cards that like you want later on, but you just can't use them right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna alter 5 cards.
3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna do 4. I probably should do more than 4, but there's just like some I just don't want to get rid of, unfortunately, which will probably hurt me later, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Do you feel confident going into this after building your deck? How do you feel about your deck?
I feel pretty good about my deck. I will say that I am playing a color that I typically don't play. So that's the only thing that makes me a little bit nervous. How do you feel about your
I
deck?
don't feel great about the deck, but I am playing a color combo that I used to play. So, but yeah, this hand is horrible. Not doing good right off the bat.
Okay.
I actually would have benefited from going second.
Oh, must have an underdog. Okay, well, good luck.
You as well.
I'm all ready to go.
Okay. All right. I am going to. Oh, it's like things you just don't want to ink right off the bat. It's terrible. But we're gonna have to. I'm gonna go ahead and ink a legendary Anna. And pass to you. No 1-drops for me.
Okay, well, I will start off with a turn 1 ink, inking Pocahontas and playing Thomas.
Nice.
Go ahead. He's just a 0/4 who can quest for
nice
1. No
sticky
abilities.
character. And I love getting the 1-drop right in the next turn. That always makes it good. 1 4. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ink Pua, who I really could have used last turn. And go ahead and use 2 ink for Christopher Robin, which would have been great if I was an underdog this one. And I'll pass to you.
Yes, indeed. Ready, set, draw. Okay. Let's go ahead and put... Yeah, now I have to decide which one to do that I don't want to ink with all these cool new cards
early
I want
plays.
to see. Okay, well, I think it's pretty easy. We're just going to put Flit into our inkwell. So I'm playing Amethyst as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play John Smith. He's a 2/3 who quests for 1, and at the end of my turn, if this character is exerted and none of my characters challenge this turn, I gain 1
Very
lore.
nice.
And I'll use Thomas to get me on board with 1 lore on his quest. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and reset. Draw. All right, now figuring where to go from here is always the fun part. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and ink Anna. Gonna go ahead and do all 3 for Game Preserve. Put that on there. It's a location. While there's a character with evasive here, this location gains evasive, and it does give you 2 lore each turn. I'm gonna go ahead and just quest Christopher Robin for 2 to get on the board and pass it back to you.
I'm glad to see that someone's playing Emerald. I really like the Emerald cards and think they'll be a hit in regular constructed, but just didn't work out for what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I'm really feeling Emerald this set too.
I'm going to put Tigger into my inkwell. And then I've got a little Pocahontas synergy here. I've got John Smith's Compass. It's an item that says at the end of your turn, if a character of yours challenged this turn, banish this item. And at the end of my turn, if none of my characters challenge this turn, I'll reveal the top card of my deck if it's a character with cost 3 or less or named Pocahontas. I may put it into my hand. Otherwise, put it onto the bottom of my deck.
Very cool.
So I will go ahead and just quest for 2 with both of my characters, up to 3. And then moving to the end of my turn, I'm going to gain a lore since I didn't challenge from John Smith. And then from John Smith's compass, I will reveal Rabbit, who is a character with cost 3 or less, and put it into my hand. Go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead and reset here. We'll get the 2 lore from Game Preserve. Go to 4 and draw. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ink Minnie Mouse, Mrs. Cratchit. And John Smith is a 3-2 or a 2-3?
2-3.
All right, let's go ahead and do 3 for Darkwing Duck, who has Rush. And I'm going to go ahead and throw him into John Smith. So he'll do 2 damage to John Smith, take 2 back. And then I'm going to have Christopher Robin finish off John Smith with his 1 and get 2 back there. And I have 1 ink left. Doesn't really do anything though. I'm just going to keep it as is. I'm going to leave that 1 ink on the board and pass back to you.
Okay. Ready, set, draw. Okay, I'm going to put the Frozen Vine into my inkwell.
Okay.
And for 3, I will play Percy.
Very nice.
Popsicle, he's got 1/4 who can quest for 3, and this character can't challenge. And he only costs 3, not 4. And I'll play Pua, 2/2 who can quest for 1, only costs 1. And I'll go ahead and send Thomas on a quest and get 1 more point on the board.
All right.
And then my compass is going to go off since I didn't challenge. And reveal Pua to put into my hand.
Very nice. Yeah, Percy is very helpful for me in Sealed when we did that. That's a good card if you're looking to get some quick lore. All right, let's go ahead and reset these guys. Go ahead and get my 2 lore for Game Preserve. Get up to 6. Go ahead and draw. Ooh, I like that. All right, let's go ahead and now I'm going to ink something I don't want to ink, but I think it's got to be done. I'm going to go ahead and ink the genie. I'm going to go all 5 here for Taryn. And he has Rush, and also when you play this character, put up to 2 cards from chosen player's discard on the bottom of their deck. So I guess you just put John Smith on the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and send Taryn into... Who is that again who's exerted? Thomas.
That's Thomas.
So send that into Thomas. Does 5 damage.
He's a 0/4.
And Taryn will take nothing back. Gonna go ahead and quest Christopher Robin and Darkwing for 3 to get up to 9. And then I will pass it back to you.
Okay, ready, set, draw. That moving the card from my discard could be relevant because Amethyst does have some cards in here that like to do stuff with the discard in this Winterspell set.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool mechanics with discard for this set.
You've got 4 lore on board, so either I need to do something or no,
yeah,
you have
plus the game
with the
preserve,
location. Too. So I really only have 2 turns to deal with you. I felt like I was doing okay. Let's get our points on the ooh. Okay. Yeah, we just got to get more points on the board. So I'm going to put... None of my characters are that good at challenging. That's not really what my deck's trying to do. I'm going to put Pua into my Inkwell. And for 3, I'm going to play Rabbit Fed Up, a 1/4 with Challenger +3, who quests for 2. And I'll play Ruben. Nice. 1/3, I can exert him to remove up to 2 damage from chosen character of mine for each 1 damage removed. This way I pay 1 less for the next character I play this turn. And then I will just send Percy and Pua on a quest for a total of 4 points, taking me up to 9.
Tie game.
And let's see what I get from my compass. It's Simba. Playful Pouncer. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and reset here. And we'll go ahead and get 2 for game preserve. Get up to 11. Draw. Lots of interesting cards to pull. That actually might be pretty relevant now. Okay, so I'm going to go all 5 here for Marshmallow. Whenever this character quests, each opponent can't ready more than 1 of their characters at the start of their next turn. So we're going to go ahead and start off by having Taryn take out Percy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and quest Christopher Robin for 2 to get to 13. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and quest Darkwing 2 to get to 14 and send it back to you.
Okay, I can ready only 1 character, so
well, you can only at the start of your next turn. So whenever when he quests, so first Marshmallow has to quest, and then once he does, you can't ready more than 1 of their characters. So you're good for this turn.
So I'm still okay this time. Okay, thank you. Ooh. Okay, well, I have Simba in hand. I need to stop you this turn, and you have 4 represented that I can't deal with, and really your characters are too big for me to deal with, so you'll probably just have this one. But let me just show off something cool that my deck can do since I have it in my hand. I have Wisdom of the Willow for the rest of this turn. Whenever one of your character quests, you may draw a card. So I'm just going to send all of my characters on quests. I can't really stop you from getting the victory, but just to kind of show off the power of this action, I'll quest for 1 and go to 10 and draw a card. I'll quest for 2 and go to 12 and draw a card. I'll quest for 1 going to 13 and draw a card. And then John Silver at the end of my turn gets to reveal Simba. That goes into my hand. So right now I have a full 7 cards in my hand again.
That is pretty nice. Cool.
But I'll pass a turn and let you show us how you're going to win.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'll just go ahead and quest for the win. We get 2 for game preserve
good
and
game.
Go on to the next. Yeah, good game.
Yeah.
Wait, what platform are we playing on right now?
This is Gerudo. It's a digital hub built for TCG players by TCG players. And it's the sponsor of this episode.
Yeah, Gerudo is designed to help players and collectors connect, play online, and find community.
You can create a profile, discover creators, and jump into games with friends. and they're constantly adding new features.
If you're looking for a place that makes the hobby feel more connected, check out Garuda.
How do you feel about your deck after playing with it now for a little bit?
Well, I knew that most of my characters were small, and part of the reason why I didn't end up going with Emerald was because most of the characters that I had were just as small. So I wanted to do some cool combo synergy, and maybe I need to protect John Silver a little bit more. How do you feel about your deck?
It's not bad. I think we kind of had the same aspect. We were going low. I did add a couple of the bigger characters in there too to protect a bit. But for the most part, it's pretty low to the ground deck too.
I will say, after how fast our sealed was with 6 packs, it did feel like this format is much faster than other sealed or block formats where you're just using a single set. And so I did kind of keep that in mind and was like, okay, we definitely need to go faster than we did in the sealed.
Yeah, I think from what we're seeing, like decks people are talking about already, there's going to be a lot of aggro going into this set, which I mean, personally, I don't hate because I like to play aggro, so I don't mind it. So I'm actually really curious to see where things go.
Same.
Is there any color combo you're looking at right now?
Oh, I definitely want to play Emerald Amethyst still, most likely. So I really like that you're doing that. What about you?
I feel like I'm really torn. I think right now I still want to try and make something with blue steel work, but I don't think it will. But I think I might be heading back to Blurple, honestly.
I think the move to more aggressive decks will be interesting because it really takes certain decks that were starting to make a climb, like the Monstro Whale combo. It brings them back down because it's going to make them even harder to get their combo off sooner if they have to do it a turn.
Yeah, and those dogs decks look even scarier with this set with Grandmother Willow. And
yes.
I've seen some boards online, I'm sure you guys have too, that look, there's like 14 characters on board. I'm not even exaggerating. At one time, and it just
that's
looks
part
nice.
Of the reason I'm playing Amber.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's so many good cards in Amber that I was like, I can't not play this and show this off.
Yeah, I really wanted to do something with Amber here too, but I only had one Grandmother Willow between my box that I got, and which is crazy. I thought for sure I'd have like at least like 2 or 3, but I only had one. Did you get a lot of that?
Yeah, I got two. I'll
have to look through my trove again, but I don't remember pulling it in my trove either.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go first.
All right.
This time, let's see how it goes for me, and let's alter our hands here.
Oh, yeah, should probably draw.
Oh, that too. Get your hand.
All right, I'm sure this time I will not pull an underdog card going second. That's actually an interesting hand.
Okay, I'm gonna alter 3.
I'm gonna stick. Curious to see how this plays out.
Okay. Well, last time it didn't really hurt you when you said your hand was bad, so I'm almost more terrified of what you have in hand.
Well, it's probably
now.
like the opposite. I say it's good, it won't do anything. I say it's bad, and great things happen. So, find out.
All right, we're good to go then. It sounds like
good to go.
Okay, I'm going to put Thomas into my inkwell and play Lilo. A 1/2. While I have a character named Stitch in play, I get +1 lore. And because I have a character named Lilo in play, I'm going to play
nice.
Pudge for free.
Very cool.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead and draw. What are Pudge's stats again? Is it 1/3 or?
Oh, yeah. Pudge is a 1/3 who would usually cost 2, who can quest for 1 lore.
Okay, then go ahead and ink copper. Because I'm going second, I will use that underdog feature for Christopher Robin. The 1 ink.
Nice.
And pass it back to you.
Okay. I will put another card, Chief Potto 1, into my inkwell. Unfortunately, I don't really want to do this, but I'm just getting characters out there. Thomas is going to come out instead. And Christopher Robin's only a 1/3. So I will quest with both of my characters and go up to 2.
All right.
Go ahead.
Gonna reset, draw. 2/2. Oh, I do like that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ink Todd. And then for 2, I will play White Rabbit. White Rabbit is another underdog card, but we don't need that for this turn, but he does have Evasive too, which is nice. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and quest Christopher Robin for 2 and send it back to you.
Yeah, it was kind of funny during deck building. I almost went in the same colors that you're in for Evasive. I really would like to make Copper work in a constructed meta with Evasive dogs, maybe with an elephant as well. Cool. I think I mentioned that before. But oh, and I'm getting punished. My deck doesn't have that many uninkables, but I'm going to have to make a decision here. I'm going to put, unfortunately, Genie into my inkwell. I was really trying to hit, but I don't have any ink left in my hand. That's why I played Thomas out, to try to keep going with my characters, since we both are so fast. But to combat that, I'll play Timon. He's a 2/3. And when I play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of my choice.
Okay. Well, I only have one non-character card, but what is the Frozen Vine. There is the rest of my hand as my cards tumble over.
Let's have you discard that Frozen Vine, please.
All right, let's go ahead and discard that. Take these back.
And then as I mentioned, I am getting characters on board to attempt to race you, as I'm not going to be good at challenging you. So I'll send all 3 of my characters on a quest up to 5 and pass.
All right. Go ahead and reset. Draw. I'm going to go ahead and ink Anna. We'll go all 3 for Darkwing Duck, who does have Rush, 2/4. And Pudge is 1/3, right?
That's
correct.
So
we'll send Darkwing into Lilo then, to take Lilo off the board. Do 1 back. Need a 5. I guess let's go to work a little bit. Let's go ahead and have White Rabbit do 2 damage to Pudge. Take 1 back, and then I'll take Pudge out, Christopher Robin. Do 1 back, and pass back to you.
They came in together, they leave together. Dang. Okay, well, I said dang because I drew Eeyore, who really wants you to have more characters in play to get that cost reduction, but he's an inkable character, so into the inkwell he goes. And now, the reason why I was racing to keep my ink on track is because Sven, Leaping Reindeer, is a 2/3 who can quest for 1, but he has Rush, so he can challenge this turn. He also has Challenger +3 and Evasive.
Nice.
So do I want to deal with your Evasive character now or Christopher Robin? Probably Christopher Robin. Oh, but yeah, I could just take out Darkwing Duck. I have all of the choices. I'm going for Christopher Robin. I gotta slow you down. So coming in for 5. I'll take 1 back. And then I will just send my... other 2 characters on a quest up to 7.
Sounds good.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and reset. We'll draw. Now we're going to go ahead and ink copper. And for 4, I'm going to play Yao. During your opponent's turn, this character gains resist +2. Damage them is reduced by 2.
Nice.
And let's see. What is the middle character stats? Who is it?
This is Timon. He's a 2/3 who can quest for
Okay.
1.
All right, so probably can't get rid of him. All right, I guess I'll trade White Rabbit for Sven. And 2, 3. I'm gonna quest Darkwing Duck for 1 and send it back to you.
Okay. Well, that came just in the nick of time. I'm gonna put another inkable card, Flit, into my inkwell, and I'm gonna use Timon and Thomas on a quest, going up to 9. And then, actually, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then I'm gonna play Witches of Morva. She's a 4/4 who can quest for 2. And when I play this character, I may return another chosen character of mine to my hand. If I do, gain a lore. So I'll return Timon to my hand and go up to 10.
And what is that? What are the stats on that one?
4/4 quest for 2.
Let's go ahead and reset here. Go ahead and draw. 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ink Aladdin. Gonna use all 5 for Terran to come in with Rush. We'll get rid of your 0/4 character there, who I can never remember the name of for some reason.
Thomas, wide-eyed recruit.
And then I'm gonna quest Yao and Darkwing for 3 to get up to 6, and pass back to you.
Perhaps you will remember him if we call him Tomas.
Probably not. What is Thomas from? Oh, it's from Pocahontas, I'm assuming? Or am I wrong?
It's gotta be. I need to do a rewatch of that movie, to be honest.
It's been a while since I watched that movie, too. Probably a decade or so.
I have no surprise here. I'm going to play Timon, Snowball, Swiper, and see if you have any non-character cards in your hand, and just get to look at what you've got.
Just one card in hand. Just Big Mama.
Okay. That's a pretty good one for Emerald in this box format. I'll also play John Smith, Snow Tracker, who's a 2/3. You saw him last game. And the race is currently even. I'm currently ahead. You have a character that quests for 2, so you're going to make a little bit of a contention. Oh, but you can turn all of your sideways next turn, so it's not quite even, because I'll be up to 12, and then you'll match me at 10. Oh, but what's, we would trade 4/3 with...
Yeah, and Yao's a resist +2.
Oh, that's right, on my turn. Well, that's an easy decision. I'm just going to quest for 2. Go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead and have these guys go back. Ready them. We'll draw. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go for Big Mama.
I had a feeling.
And
that was coming.
That 2 quester is a 6/4 or 4/6, I forget.
4,
4. Okay, well now I'll go ahead and
You can
I'll
trade if you
send
want.
Taryn into it.
Or just
Yeah.
kill it.
Oh, we'll banish it.
Yeah.
And I can do such
Banished.
evil
Yes,
things to it.
banished.
All right.
I know. It felt like they're ghosts already. But I guess
That's
they're just
true.
villains.
And I'll quest my other 2 here for 3. Get up to 9 and send it back to you.
Okay. Yep, we're gonna play Pua. Not that great right now, but we gotta do what we gotta do. You can quest for 6 next turn up to 15. If I go to 15, I can't win next turn, but you can. So I might have to see if I can do anything. Well, your stuff's too big. This was the problem I had last time. I guess I maybe should have challenged last time, but I just like turning things sideways and getting
understandable.
points. So, yeah, right? I could slow you down to being at only 13 next turn pretty easily and keep my characters alive. I wouldn't gain the lore, but I think that's the move that we want to do just to extend this game. So I'm going to send Timon into, is it Ted?
Taryn, this one? 5.
No, the emerald one.
Yao? Yeah, and Yao has resist
Yao.
+2.
Thank you. Oh, that's right. We covered this last time. That's so
It is a good card.
Oh, but okay, Taryn does have a point of damage on him, but he only quests for 1. Oh, these characters literally do nothing with that resist +2. I mean, I'm unfortunately in the position where as much as I want to do some challenging, I'm just going to go on some quests. So I'll go up to 14, and since John Smith is exerted from a quest, I'll gain an additional lore. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and ready these guys. Set our ink. We'll draw. This is kind of interesting. 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. All right, so I'm gonna pay 4 ink to play Education or Elimination. I'm not gonna sing it, just gonna play with ink. A character with cost 4 or more can exert to sing the song for free, but then you get to choose one. Draw a card. A chosen character of yours gets +1 lore and gains evasive until the start of your next turn. Only characters with evasive can challenge or banish chosen damaged character. So I'm going to choose that first one to draw a card. And then I'll go ahead and give 1 extra lore. Let's give it to Yao. Okay. And we'll give... and they get evasive too. So we'll go ahead and start with questing Yao for 3. Get to 12. And then, yeah, we'll just quest here for another 4 with the rest of our characters to get up to 16 and send it back to you.
Okay. Now, as a highly competitive player, something that they always say in tournament trading card games is always play to your outs. So it might look like you might have the win on board, and I have no cards in hand, but there are 2 cards in my deck that I could draw right now that I could win the game right here. So I am playing to my outs. I'm not conceding early. I did not draw the card, but it is something that I can play. I'll play the Frozen Vine. When this location is banished, if there was an exerted character here, I can return it from my discard to my hand, and then I'll I can't stop you. I'll quest for 3 going to 18 and then get an additional one from John Smith up to 19 and pass back to you.
All right, I'll go ahead and reset. What was the card? Now everyone will want to know.
Everyone will want to know. So let me see if it was anywhere near the top. Okay, not in the top 3. It was 7 cards down. Pocahontas, when you play this character, chosen character gets +1 lore this turn.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of like that White Rose type deal. Just like, boom, I got one. As long as you I didn't have any damaged characters. So when you played your action, my heart stopped a bit. I was like, oh, I don't have any damage. So there was still a hope. But
that was
great
a very
game.
good game.
Congratulations on the victory.
Oh, yeah, the deck actually performed decent.
What do you think the strongest card in your deck was?
That's a good question. Actually, I really like Terran a lot. I think it is an expensive card. It does have Rush. It is a 5/5. That helped me, especially against like aggro decks and trying to clear things. But I was actually trying to lean more towards locations with this deck too, and I know I got them off in the first round, but not really in the second. So I don't know. I feel like my all-star, I guess, for this round was probably Terran, just kind of clearing up the board, and Yao helped a lot too, having that resist +2.
Absolutely.
I was also trying to get some of the Todd combos going. I have a few different Todds in this deck, and I do have one of the legendaries in here, but I couldn't quite get that off.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I know.
Yeah, the other side.
Go ahead, sorry.
Other side thing my deck was trying to do, which I did a tiny bit, was having a couple of Tiggers, because there are quite a few of my characters that have, when you play this card, abilities that I might get to reuse. So that was kind of my secondary strategy, but I was definitely low to the ground, and you got to see on the first game what I was trying to do with a bunch of low cost characters.
Yeah, we did have a lot of characters I think that also matched up on the Amethyst side of things too. I had some Puas, I had Rabbit, I had Tigger. Did you have Christopher Robin in your deck too?
Yep, 2 of those.
Did you put Lumpy in your deck?
I didn't. I only have, I think, around 4 5 drops, 2 6 drops, and that 8 and 2 of the 8/9 drops that have a cost reduction.
Gotcha.
So I only had around 6 to 7 cards that were a 5 or higher.
Yeah, I had Eeyore originally in my deck, but I had to cut down a couple cards, so I took them out. Another card I really wanted to get off, I didn't get off in this one, but I actually did get it off when we played Sealed. Was Mushu Sneaky Dragon. Quest for 3. When you play this character, you deal 2 damage to chosen character. I love this card. It's an uncommon. I'm also just a big Mushu person, so I did kind of like that. Another one I didn't get to see, the 1-cost Miko. It is uninkable, but it is evasive, and at the end of the turn, if this character is exerted, you choose and discard a card or banish him. But it does get you some quick lore on the board too. So another one of those good low to the ground characters. I'd say probably the other card I really wanted to get off, I know you had him too, was Genie Magical Researcher. Neither one of us were able to get him off though.
Yeah, and I had 2 of him in my deck, so I was really hoping to be able to use him, boost up the lore, and then I do have some damage removing things as well in Amber that we didn't see. That would have been nice. But, we did get to see some of my other fun synergies, so I'm still happy with how our games went.
No, it was a good matchup. Talking about locations real quick too. So this location I love. I'm obsessed with this location. Game Preserve. 3-cost inkable. Well, there's a character with evasive here. This location gains evasive too. So I'm really curious to see how much a location like this gets played. It does have 2 lore on it as well. I mean, that could really just be quite a hub in an evasive type deck. So I'm curious to see how that does in the meta.
I definitely, in hindsight, forgot about your location just sitting there plainly on board. I maybe should have taken a turn or 2 to challenge with my characters who could actually get rid of that. So just something to keep an eye out for as you go into sealed games for the pre-release and constructed games for the rest of the season.
Yep, and as we're recording this will actually come out before pre-release, but pre-release is this week, so check the Ravensburger Play Hub for your local shops who might be running those pre-releases starting this Friday, February 13th. Are you going to be going to a pre-release this week?
Absolutely, on Friday. What about you?
Yeah, I'm hoping to go Friday, if not Sunday most likely. But I should definitely be hitting up at least one for this set. I'm really excited. I think this one of the better sealed sets we've seen in a while. So I'm actually really excited to play sealed on this one. Is it sealed or draft for you?
It's
Nice.
sealed.
Yeah. Probably my favorite format now, I think, out of everything.
I love sealed. And if you love sealed or constructed, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be doing more playing of Lorcana here on the Play Lorcana podcast, in addition to our regular recap episodes where we will talk next week about our experiences at the pre-release.
Yeah, and I hope you guys, this is the first time watching a game of Disney Lorcana. Hopefully you guys got some use out of learning how to play Disney Lorcana in this video, as well as getting your own games on with Disney Lorcana. It's a great game to play, a lot of fun, pretty easy to learn. A lot to it, but I think you can pick it up pretty quick. So I hope this video was useful for you if you had a chance to watch it on your first time playing Lorcana.
That's it for this episode. Until we play Winterspell again for the first time with everybody else who's playing it for the first time.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's a great set. A lot of chases. Do you have a chase yet this set? Did you? I know mine, but I actually have 3. But
Elsa! I want the Ruby Elsa!
Yes.
Any version.
It's a great card. I did get the non-enchanted version. I even cased it up, which is probably very unnecessary. Just the legendary Darkwing Duck, but I need that enchanted. So hopefully one of us will pull what we want this pre-release set. Hopefully you guys get to pull what you want this pre-release set. It's a lot of fun today, and thanks so much for joining us. We have a smooth outro today, for now.
Yes.
Awkward silence. That's how it should end.
Yes.
All right. See you guys. Enjoy your pre-release week if you're going to them, and we'll talk to you soon.